Alright, hey guys. So there's been a lot of hype for the Nintendo Switch. I, for one, am very excited. It comes out on March 3rd. Unfortunately, there's a lot of negatives or downsides that come along with the system as well. Most people are only reporting the positives, but unfortunately, there's a lot of negatives, so I thought it would be a good idea to make a top 10 reasons why you should not pre order the Nintendo Switch or you should not get the console at launch. So, just starting out, for one, the system is completely sold out. They were accepting pre-orders after their presentation, and it literally sold out within the first day or two. And knowing Nintendo's past history with the Wii U, the Amiibos, the 3DS, etc., Nintendo is not known for overproducing their systems, so expect the Switch to be widely unavailable at launch. So if you're expecting to get one on March 3rd and you haven't pre-ordered it already, you may be out of luck. You never really know with Nintendo. It may be sold out for like the first month or two. You really don't know. Okay, so that's the first reason. Number two, there's only going to be about 4 to 6 games at launch. And here is a GameSpot article. Most articles only show about 4 to 5 games showing up at launch. The main games by Nintendo are 1-2 Switch and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So that's a pretty small selection if you're planning to buy it on March 3rd. There's only a very small handful of games to choose from, and it's not really the best selection, and I'll go over why in a second. So 1-2 Switch, which is like the game with a bunch of like mini games. It's kind of like Wii Sports. You use the controllers to do a bunch of motion, and it comes with that one like Western game where you pull out the remote, and it's a bunch of little small games. And it should be a pack-in game with the console. Unfortunately, it's not. And if I go over to GameStop or any website, honestly, it shows that it's going to be $50. $50 for a collection of little mini games that use the Switch's little side motion controllers. I think that's kind of ridiculous. It should be like, I mean, personally, I think this should be like a pack-in game that just comes with the console, or it should be like $20 or so. $50 for 1-2 Switch is way too expensive in my opinion. But moving on, The Legend of Zelda, which is the only real console seller, is also going to be released on the Wii U. So, I don't know. I have like mixed feelings about this. If The Legend of Zelda, The Breath of the Wild is supposed to be like the big Switch console seller, why is it also being released on the Wii U? Like, what's the point of getting a Switch if you can also get it on the Wii U? People with a Wii U, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, you should not get the Switch just because you can just get this on the Wii U, and from what I've heard, it looks almost exactly the same. It was designed for the Wii U to begin with, so I can see why it looks the same. I think the Switch has a slightly higher resolution and maybe a higher frame rate. I'm not sure, but overall it's the same exact game. So it's kind of strange that it's releasing on the Wii U and the Switch at the same time. So it's not really like the best console seller. And I guess going forward, the accessories for the Switch are insanely expensive. Let me see if I have something pulled up here. I forgot. Oh yeah, here we go. So the little side Joy-Con controllers are going to be $80. And I can't really pull it up here. It's not really being sold right now, but the Pro controller is said to be $70, which is extremely expensive compared to other consoles. I think the like Xbox and PlayStation controllers were only like 50, maybe 60. I think they were about $50 at launch. So yeah, kind of expensive if you want additional controllers. And yeah, the little charging grip as well that you dock the 2 side controllers, that costs $30. So if you want this like if you want like the charging grip and the 2 side controllers, you're going to be looking into paying around like $110 just for an additional controller, which is kind of ridiculous. Also, if you want a new like a TV dock stand where you put the Wii U into to play on your TV, I think that's said to be about $90. So very, very expensive accessories. So moving forward, oh yes. About 2 months, or wait, let me see. Do I have anything pulled up on this? No. Well, that's okay. So, well, I guess I can just look it up real quick. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the next big game that's coming out on the Switch. It doesn't come out at launch, but it comes out on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't know why that says December 29th. It comes out on April 28th, which is 2 months after the Switch release. It releases on March 3rd, so about 2 months later, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will come out on the Switch, which is great. Honestly, I have no problems with this. I think Mario Kart 8 is a fantastic game. What I do have an issue with is that they're selling it for full price, and this game, or Mario Kart 8, was released on May 30th, 2014. So this game is about 3 years old, and they're basically just re-releasing it with a higher resolution, with like an additional game mode attached to it with some DLC. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of cheap of them to re-release a game from the last generation and like pretend it's brand new. I feel like this is kind of like a remastered edition, and it shouldn't be full price, but it is. Some people will probably justify it because it comes with all the DLC cars and characters and such. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic game. If I get the Switch, I will definitely buy it, but I do think it's a little bit I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, just remastering a game and re-releasing it on the next generation. I don't know. It's kind of strange. You would kind of expect them to release a Mario Kart 9 3 years after Mario Kart 8, but unfortunately, I guess they're just going to release Mario Kart 8 once again. So next on the list, other big games like Mario Odyssey. I guess I can look that up. I don't know if they are even selling that right now on Amazon. Probably not. Nope. Let's just look up a picture of it. So Mario Odyssey, which is probably the best thing that they showed off at the presentation. The 3D Mario game where you play in the city, and it just looked fantastic from the trailer and such. This game doesn't come out at launch. It comes out in the holiday season of this year, so at the very end of the year, which is very unfortunate. You'd think it would be a launch title. And also other big games like Skyrim, which they were really pushing in the trailers, also doesn't come out until fall. So yeah, some of the big Nintendo Switch games don't come out until later this year. So it kind of pushes you to not want to buy the console at launch. There's a lot of different reasons why, and I guess I'll just keep on going. It's kind of a long list that I had pulled up here. So the battery life of the Switch is pretty bad. It's been confirmed to be between 2.5 to 6.5 hours, but from, I think, Reggie, he said that if you're playing like The Legend of Zelda, you're only going to get about 3 hours of battery life, which is extremely short. Most people don't realize how short that is. If you're planning to take this on the go, like on a trip or something, you better bring some extra batteries or some sort of charging station or a battery pack, because this thing is going to die very, very quickly. 3 hours is not very long, especially if you plan on playing this for a considerable amount of time. Like normally when you play a game, you want to play it for like over an hour. You're not going to be playing like The Legend of Zelda for like 10-minute time span. So yeah, it's a bit low in battery life. 3 hours is extremely low in my opinion, but that's another downside to the system. Also, I just want to quickly cover that there's no backwards compatibility with the Nintendo Switch. I think some people were expecting it to be compatible with 3DS games, since the Switch cartridges are very small, very similar to 3DS cartridges. But unfortunately, there is no backwards compatibility with the Wii U or the 3DS, which I don't know, I have mixed feelings about that too, because I feel like a lot of publishers are going to continue to release a lot of games on the 3DS, and they're going to continue to push the 3DS. And I felt like the Nintendo Switch was supposed to replace the 3DS over time. I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure if they're going to continue to push the 3DS and the Switch at the same time, or if they're just going to make the Switch their new handheld. Kind of weird that there's no backwards compatibility on it. If there was 3DS backwards compatibility, this would be a great positive note, because that system has a huge library, and I think the Switch would be fantastic for playing 3DS games. Even though there's not dual screen, I'm sure they can figure something out about that. And then I guess the final note is that it's going to be kind of expensive. It was at the presentation, it was said to be $300, and that's just for the system itself without any games. If you want another game, that's another $60, and then if you add tax along with that, it's about $380. And then if you want a Pro controller, that's another $70. So I mean, once you start adding all this stuff up, oh, I forgot to mention one other negative note is that there's also going to be a paid online subscription service, very similar to PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. Starting in the fall, you're going to have to pay probably about $5 to $10 a month just to be able to play the system online. So if you're wanting to play like Splatoon 2, you're going to have to pay every month for it, which is kind of unfortunate. A lot of people thought that Nintendo would never do this, but looks like they have joined everyone else except for Steam or PC that doesn't charge for online play. So yeah, that's a big downside as well. I almost forgot about that one. So yeah, overall, it's a bit expensive. There's not any games for it except Zelda, which is also on the Wii U, and Mario Kart 8, which is also on the Wii U. And there's not going to be any games until the holiday season. So in my opinion, you guys should not pre-order it, and you should wait until the holiday season. It's also going, like, I'm almost positive that this system will be sold out for the first month of March. It's going to be very hard to get your hands on a Nintendo Switch console. But other than that, I mean, I would highly suggest you guys just wait. There's no reason to get it now. I kind of want to get it at launch just because I want to make videos about it. But I just don't see any reason for anyone else to get one at launch. It seems like one of those systems that are just like the Wii U and previous Nintendo consoles. It's going to take probably a full year or two before this thing really kicks off with some good games. It's following the path of the Wii U, where it just doesn't have a very strong launch lineup. And yeah, hopefully it garners some third-party support. Hopefully we see a lot of third-party games coming out soon for the Switch. And hopefully they make use of the touchscreen of the main controller. But yeah, that's about it. I'm just rambling on now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't the most positive video. I just wanted to go against the crowd because most like news sites have been saying nothing but positive, and there is a lot of negative. It's not the best system in the world. It's really cool looking. There's a lot of cool things it can do. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot of games, and it's quite expensive. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice day.